Hello everyone, and welcome back to PeliCast. My name is Petra, and I'll be your new host for the next few episodes. Today we have prepared an episode for you about extracurricular activities at the Second Faculty of Medicine and on how to get involved. Enjoy! Hello and welcome, thank you for coming. So today we have two guests with us, both third years, one from the English and one from the Czech parallel. So would you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name's Ben and I'm a third year in the English parallel.
Hi, I'm Filip. I'm a third year in Czech parallel.
Yeah, and today's episode is going to be about all the extracurricular opportunities and activities that Second Faculty offers. And since both of you are very involved in your respective communities, we have invited you here today to tell us about how you got involved and what exactly it is that you do. So, Ben, do you want to start?
So yeah, I've partaken in a lot of extracurricular activities. Like some of the main ones would be hockey. Obviously, I love hockey. I joined them last year. It's a great community. I also do research, and I also work as a lecturer or a teaching assistant under the anatomy faculty here at LF2, and I have a great time in all of them, and I really like what I do.
I'm going to talk here mostly about MOTOAG, which is Czech Parallel's student organization, and also IFMSA. So those are two student organizations that I take part in. Like I'm a member, quite active, I'd say. I think mostly from Motto Life there is a cultural part of it, and then a volunteer group, and that's where I mostly participate. So
Perfect. So since we have both of you guys here from the two parallels, it's going to be great for our listeners to know exactly what the whole faculty offers as a full student body and not just as separate groups. So for example, hockey. I believe you're the first one from the English parallel to join the team. Would you want to talk about how that happened?
I'm actually the second one. Originally, there was a fifth year, Matthias. He had played hockey before me, and he liked it as well, and he had told me I should look into it. And then I went to a practice or two. I also watched one of the games last year, but I had run into some issues where I actually couldn't bring my hockey bag over, so I couldn't even start till summer semester of last year. But when I started, it was a great community. They were very nice, very encouraging. Obviously, it took some time to get my hockey skills back, but we do lots of fun stuff. Like, obviously, I enjoy riding in the car with them as when we go to practice or when we go to the game. It's a good time to meet all the Czech people. And actually, I get to practice a lot of my Czech during that time, so it's really funny. I mean, I'm not the best at Czech, but it's fun. And then the games are super fun. I do enjoy the games a lot. Like, it's definitely a serious league. Like, you do have to have skill. And especially in the faculty league, it's a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to the big Christmas game coming out. But especially I do like the men's league games because those older dads are actually very good, and they make me strive to be a better player on the ice, obviously. And my teammates make me feel like a better person off the ice because it really provides like a well-rounded view to the university. I feel like because I have like a student life with lots of fun and friends on the hockey team, then I also have like the studious life, you know. So it's a good balance, and I think the hockey team really provided me an outlet to like reduce stress. Obviously, physical activity is a big thing. I love any type of activity, whether it's hiking or whatnot. And I think the hockey team was a perfect outlet for me. So
yeah, and that's like a perfect connection to my next question with Czech and managing your time, because Czech can be very challenging as a subject. How do you do it? How do you...
So for me personally, I had a lot of difficulty at the beginning. I remember during the first week, it was very tough for me because it was a very introductory course, I would say. And there was a lot of content, but it was really tough for me. So I put in some work and I started doing a lot of like Anki cards, and I would make sure I studied at least like 30 minutes every day for Czech. Mm-hmm. So I put a lot of time in and I started getting better results. And obviously when I would go to the store, when I was buying something, I would try to talk to the person in Czech. And that really helped excel my skills. Obviously, maybe not exactly with the study curriculum, but it helped me expand like a more colloquial speech that I now use like with my teammates. And it's also transferred because now I'm in third year, so we're doing medical Czech. And it's also been a big help with that because like usually as a joke, like my teammates, they'll just ask me like, oh, how do you say this? Or how, pretend I'm a patient and ask me stuff. So like I have to go through anamnesis in the hospital, but I also go through it with my hockey team and my friends. And another key thing that has helped me a lot is actually like my friends, because we always push each other further. So when I'm studying or when they're studying, we find something that's very hard, we'll always ask the same question. So like, I'll forget the word in a day, but then he'll ask me again, like one of my friends. And then it just really helps build a solid foundation that I've used continuously since the start of first year.
That's great. And you're also in third year, right? So even though you don't have to do Czech, like you, it's still a lot of studying, a lot of content. How do you manage to still keep active in your other activities?
Well, I think it's definitely important to keep doing other stuff than just studying, because then you're just gonna burn out and you're not gonna do much well after that. So even though sometimes it seems like you're behind your schedule, sometimes you are, that you're not able to actually finish all that you need to finish until, for example, test date. You just sometimes need to turn your brain off and just go. I don't know. I like just doing workouts, maybe climbing, and just go out with friends, just talk with them about something else than school. So yeah, I think that's really important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, I agree. I'm also a climber myself. So, and which you said you're involved in Motolag, right? So can you tell us something about it and how it works, or any events that you guys are planning?
Yeah, all right. So that's actually a really big question. There's a lot of content. Motolag is basically student organization. It's mostly for organizing different extracurricular activities. There are certain subsections, let's say. There is cultural subsections. Mm-hmm. It's usually some parties. Like this week, there's a mega party. Mm-hmm. That's pretty nice. It's like you get to wear some costumes and it's just like carnival. But then also there is moto art. That's a nice event where students can present their different art, like poems or nice drawings and different kinds of art. Then there's also Moto Fest, where there are different students that play in a group, and it's like a festival for one evening. And then there is
Yes, I'm great.
Okay. Then there is a volunteering subsection. That's that there will be like a Christmas market in a motor hospital, where we will be selling some products that we get from sponsors or that are donated also by students, and then the money that we earn there will go to some charity. So that's also pretty nice. Then there is St. Nicholas. I think that might be difficult for people who are not from Czech Republic to understand what that is, but it's like a nice Czech tradition. It's like Czech Santa Claus, and you just dress up like that and you go to visit children in the hospital, and they're really happy about it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And actually, you're also a part of AIMS, right? As one of our events officers. So I believe you guys also did a charity event this year or this month for Movember.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did a bake sale. So the event organizers had run a bake sale, and basically we had a couple volunteers actually baked the goods. They were really good. And basically we had sold them in the faculty, and then we took the proceedings and donated to men's health awareness. So it was a really good event, and I think it was super important.
I think it's amazing that both societies do charity work, and, second faculty can be very proud of that. Yeah, sorry, I interrupted you. You were also saying?
Yeah, I was saying that I think that's it from the volunteering club. Mm-hmm. I mean, there are certainly some like smaller scale activities that go on regularly. And there's also a sporting subsection. Like there are some people who like to go running, for example. So they just organize themselves and they go running together as med students. And I think that's also really nice for building community. Mm-hmm. And and then there is it's something like a boot camp for Motolag members. Mm-hmm. It's called Start Weekend, and there they can basically learn how to organize events.
That's amazing. So you guys actually get training. It's not like amateur.
Oh, I was a cook there.
That's good enough. Yeah. So that was very nice. So we got to talk about the extracurricular and student societies. Maybe now we can drift towards the academic. So you said you're an anatomy lecturer.
Yes, I am.
Can you?
So I had actually just come from a practical, but so basically we're teaching assistants. So we help under the professors to teach the student body of incoming freshers. And obviously we start with each section. Week by week, we go throughout the human anatomy. Obviously, we use different methods and methodologies to teach these students. So there's live specimen cadavers as well. There's dry bones. There's also anatomage and ultrasound. So we have a lot of different facilities that we can use. I actually really like the anatomage system because it helps me like dive deeper in to teach students. Like it was very effective for me during joints, I think. And I think the extra facilities that we're given is really helpful for the students. And obviously, I do enjoy dissection week. I really like that. So it's a really good opportunity to get your hands in on some surgical prep work, basically, or some sort of that formality, I guess. But it's a really good time, and there's a really good community between the lecturers that I feel, and it's really exciting. And I feel like it's every week you're excited to hit the ground running with the students again, especially when they're paying attention, when they're ready to learn. And it's even crazier when students come and they already know all the information you're about to teach. That's the best, because then you know they're actually learning well. And so I think that's most of it.
Perfect. And can you give any advice maybe for if we have any first years or hopeful applicants about dissections week, maybe? You know, it's a full week of anatomy, basically, and it's a lot of content. So would you give any advice?
Yeah, dissection week is pretty tough. Like, it is amazing because you really get to work like hands-on, but it takes a lot of skill and it takes a lot of brain power because you'll be up at 8 a.m., then you have to go for self-study, and then you get to the dissections lab, and then you're there for 6 hours, and then you're ready to go home, but then when you go home, you have to study again. So it's a lot of studying, and like some days you'll have a headache or whatnot, but I think there's a good way to balance it where if you prep the work before you come, so you understand what you're seeing visually, then you can connect the 2 points and learn at a much faster pace. So that's for the trick I used in my studies, and I always tell my students to apply the same. Or if it doesn't work for them, obviously find a new thread. So.
Thank you. Yeah, so that's an amazing thing to have on your CV as a student lecturer. And another thing that should be amazing are research exchanges, right? And I believe those are facilitated by IFMSA.
Yes, IFMSA.
Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, of course. So basically how it works is that IFMSA is also another student organization. That's I think what most people know it for is that they organize how do you call it, internships in different countries. And to get the internship, you need to have some points, but those are, I think, pretty easy to earn because you earn them by doing some extracurricular activities again. That's, for example, you do hospital for teddy bears. That's a really nice thing because you go to kindergarten and you play doctors with kids and you teach them not to be afraid of white coats. And there's also a lot of different things that you can do. You can do sex ed at basically high schools, I think. You can do first aid courses. Then there is a boys and girls club, and it's about awareness of breast cancer and prostate cancer. So you can do a lot of different stuff that is actually, I think it's really helpful for the people that you do it for, and it's also good for you because you get points, and then you can choose a better place for your internship.
So is it open to anyone? Anyone can join?
Yes. Also, all Czech and English students as well.
Perfect. It's really good. Yeah, so research. Now, can we talk about maybe that? You mentioned that you're involved.
Yeah, so actually a lot of the anatomy teaching assistants or lecturers, we also partake in research in this university. Currently, I'm working under the anatomy department, and we just had a scientific conference we got to create a poster for all the work that we had done throughout the year and present it to doctors and clinicians from the hospital, as well as fellow students who are interested in your work. So it was a really exciting experience. I thought it was very cool to actually be able to present the work we've been working on and to show that like all the stress and extra time that we put into the research actually paid off. And I felt like we had reached a conclusion, and then we can expand on that research later. And as I said previously, the facilities really do help you with research here, especially in the anatomy department, because you do have access to first-class materials, and it helps us proceed pretty easily. So
it's perfect. So I think it is safe to say that second faculty offers a lot of opportunities for students to get involved. And I think it's very nice to have both of you here to show that regardless of what language you study, and we can all work together, especially, towards charities or towards social events. And thank you, both of you, for your contributions. Is there anything else you would like to add?
I don't have anything. I just want to say thank you for having us. It's exciting.
Me too. Thank you for